Hello everyone. It is clearly audible? Yeah. Okay. Today we will discuss about extending our OpenSearch Dashboards to unified platform, unified observability platform. Any one of you heard about unified observability platform or single pane of glass in observability space? Okay. Nice. Good amount of people having knowledge on these things. Okay. Let me give you a quick intro. Myself Prabhakar. I'm a lead software engineer here at Freshworks. I've been working in Freshworks from last 8 years. I have Sreevani with me. She's been in Freshworks from last 8 years. We are working on transforming our observability platform with unified user experience. We have all kinds of observability signals in our in-house observability platform. Before we get into our observability, let me quick go overview on our Freshworks as a company. We are a company which was founded in 2010. We have grown over 4,500 employees, 72,000 plus customers, serving over 120 countries. Our success lies on building customer engagement softwares like Freshdesk, Freshservice, and all these things. Having gone a successful IPO in 2020-21, we had a leaps and bounds of growth. This growth has brought both opportunities and challenges to us for maintaining the performance and availability of our systems. Being in this observability space, having our developers across locations, serving customers over 120 countries, having a robust observability platform was a need of the hour for our company. Then, let me give you a quick overview what our observability platform capabilities are. These are our capabilities as an observability platform we have in-house. We serve logs, traces, metrics, which are our three pillars of observability. And apart from this, we have alerts, profiling, front-end observability, and synthetic monitoring also. Let me go through each one of them. Currently, logs gives us more in-depth details about our system events, what have happened, all these log informations and all. Then metrics gives us quantitative data analysis of our system metrics. And traces gives us about information about our request flow across our distributed systems. Apart from these things, we have alerts, we have profiling, unified front-end observability, and synthetic monitoring. What does alerts provide us? Alerts provides us insights about our post-mortem analysis and all this information when an alert is occurred, what is your result-time analysis, what is the rule definitions of your alerts, all this information. Coming into front-end gives us about what is your user experience looking like and all. Profiling tells us the information about what is your code level optimizations, what we can do from our observability standpoint. Next is synthetic monitoring. Synthetic monitoring was very critical feature what we had. We want to mimic the user behaviors, user journeys, user use cases, all these things. We want to know beforehand from the users, letting us know we want to identify the issues before users telling us. To get this platform to this stage, we had multiple challenges and we had previous setups with all different tools, multiple tools and all. What was the major concerns? Why did we build a unified observability platform and all these things? Major concern was to have a reliable system, have a monitoring on top of all our services across front end, back end, distributed systems, all these things. With the previous setup, it was negatively affecting our MTTD and MTTR. Developers were making it difficult to switch between multiple tools, all different commercial tools for logs, traces, and metrics. We wanted a single place to see all of them. Then we wanted specific solutions which are very generic to our Freshworks platform use cases, our product use cases. We wanted something like front-end observability with an AppDex score or an alerts. We wanted to do an insights on month-on-month analysis, all these things. Then we have incidents, outages happening. We want to do a post-mortem analysis on top of our alerts data, on top of our profile data, what is our CPU usages and all these things. Then came an idea we should have a unified experience for having all these observability signals. And major problem was when an alert is triggered, developer first sees opens logs in one platform, metrics in another platform, traces in the third platform. It was very difficult for users or developers For them to correlate between all of this, then came this point like we should have one platform to do this. We were searching for multiple solutions. Then came straightforward solution. We do not had any. Yes, please come. These guys are the right time. I'm just revealing OpenSearch dashboards. Okay. Settle.
Faster.
We were thinking we wanted a solution to have a place where I can see all of my observability signals. What is the solution? Then came the solution, OpenSearch Dashboards. Why? Why did we choose OpenSearch Dashboards? To have all these signals. First thing, licensing issues, what we had with Kibana, because Elastic was moving to a different license and all. We wanted a license where we can customize our solutions to our Freshworks needs and have all the observability signals in one place. And major thing was, there is a plugin inside dashboards, OpenSearch Dashboards, which is called Dashboard Observability plugin, which is an inspiration for us to extend to all the signals, to have integrations with our platform, and to have all these things inside OpenSearch Dashboards itself. That's one point. The other point was community support for OpenSearch Dashboards. OpenSearch has a great community. It was driven actively with all active development and had a nice active development going on with all the features going on into OpenSearch Dashboards. For every release of OpenSearch, there is a release for OpenSearch Dashboards also, if you guys doesn't know. One more thing is the partnership with AWS. That gave us a lot of confidence when picking up OpenSearch Dashboards. We have been with AWS from day in, day out, day zero from Freshworks, I guess. We were all confident in AWS funding it, backing OpenSearch Dashboards, having an active development there. These are the reasons why did we pick OpenSearch Dashboards. Moving on. OpenSearch Dashboards comes with logs. You guys already know it has logs, viewing, filtering, dashboards, visualizations. Many of you would have used it. Then with the Dashboard Observability plugin, whatever I told you, we took an inspiration, started building for traces. For traces also, trace generally we see a Gantt chart view and all these things. We wanted to build insights on traces. We wanted database P95s, API, transaction times, average transaction times. What is the longest time taken spans? Here you can see, I cannot show you my database names here. These are your average durations for a databases. These are my transaction summaries. What are my transactions looking like? These are my patterns on my errors. Errors comes with multiple things. Errors are similar, but there would be different names. We have created patterns on top of our errors. And one critical feature what we had was service map. Why service map? Why did we do that is, service map, there are complete complex architecture of Freshworks being multi-product, multi-platform architecture. We wanted one place for a new journey or an issue happens. We wanted to see the dependency, see the bottlenecks inside a service map. What is happening? That is the reason we have built this, to understand the interdependency between the services. This is where it was really helping us. Moving on. Next thing was, we had all these insights we should have at each API level or a transaction level. We wanted to have a Gantt chart view. This was inspiration from Jaeger, many people might have seen. And we wanted to see the list view, how each span is performing. And we wanted statistics on top of our trace data. We wanted to see the self time for each trace. I'll move on little quickly, moving on. Then, as I told you, our key thing was alerts. We have defined alerts. We have defined alerts on logs, traces, metrics, front end, all this front end metrics, profiling, all these things. Then we wanted to see what was the definitions. How did it perform? How many times it was active? Is this really enabled or not? All these things. When was it recovered? We wanted a log on top of our alerts. Then these are the views what we have provided to our developing teams. How are our alerts trending? All these things. Then we had it. So we wanted a month-on-month analysis. There, an engineering leader comes to me, a director comes to me and asks me, what is your month trend for the group of alerts? For a multi-tenant, for each tenant, what is your month-on-month count? Which alert is increasing? Which alert is taking high result time? All these things. Then we had alerts, insights, dashboards, where we had, you can see on top, month-on-month analysis for P0s, P1s and P2s. And by region, by US region, US East, all these things. What are my top alerts for each month? I guess you guys are not able to see properly. This is the issue, we should sort it out. And we had two critical components inside our alerts. One is an heat map, one is result time analysis. What is heat map? I'll tell you. When an alert is triggered, when it is firing, when it is getting resolved. We wanted to know the timeline for each and every alert. There are multiple timelines for each alert. There might be alerts which are flapping. For alerts, the major point was how is it getting correlated with fatigue. What is your alerts fatigue is a common question we get from our all production teams. So we wanted to reduce the fatigue. We cannot do as an observability system. We should let them know what are our fatigue alerts. How would I show them? This is the way I can show them. I want to tell them what is the average result time analysis for an alert. Is it 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 5 hours or 6 hours? It doesn't mean your alerts rules should be little scrutinized at each level if I show all this analysis. Next. Then we had alerts, traces, all these things. We wanted at a code level, what is your CPU usages, CPU cycle usages, all these things. Then we had profiles. When profiles has come in, the question from all the engineers was, I'm deploying a new version. I had a previous version. I want a comparison. I want to see comparison on my CPU cycles. I want to see comparison on my performance, other things. I have comparison on my other tags. Then we told, okay, rather we doing them, let them solve the use case with a diff view. We had a diff view for our profiles also. Then we have done multiple things for our backend, traces, alerts, profiling. We had logs for our backend. For front-end users came as front-end engineers. We wanted to see AppDex. We wanted to see how our traffic is coming from multiple locations. We wanted to see how our multi-browser use cases. What is Chrome use case? What is Safari use case? Then we built front-end observability system. Next. What is your page views? What is my AppDex score? What is my tolerated, satisfied? If there are any front-end developers, they can relate to this. What is my frustrated percentages? How is my traffic coming on? How is my browser usages? What is my operating system usages? If at all I have these insights on my metrics, front-end metrics. Then we had this, the question arrived, we are covering all aspects. We have covered front-end, we have covered back-end, we have covered systems. Still we had issues because we are all in agile methodology. We plan, we code, we test, we deploy. This cycle continues, keep on going. Somewhere it breaks. We wanted to know whenever it is breaking immediately. Then came the game changer, synthetic monitoring. We wanted synthetic monitoring because we can mimic the user's behaviors. We wanted to mimic all user journeys, all these things. What do we do? Next, we wanted to define monitors on top of each use cases, all critical flows inside our products, and define what is the performance on the monitors, what are the tests. So how does synthetic monitoring work is, we have monitor defined for our each critical use cases. Then how the critical use case is performing. We can see the durations for the critical use cases, whether it is 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and we can write alerts on top of it. We can have average durations on top of it, all these things. This is how we did. We had multiple things. How did we do this? OpenSearch Dashboards is tightly coupled with OpenSearch and OpenSearch Dashboards. How did we arrive this architecture? Now Sreevani will tell us how did we do all these things. Sreevani?
Thank you, Prabhakar, for this insightful walkthrough. So far we have seen how we extended our OpenSearch dashboards to build unified observability screens, right? So now we will see how did we actually do it behind the scenes, what is our focusing on backend architecture. So our journey towards building unified observability started at Freshworks 2 years back. At that time, this is our architecture where you can see OpenSearch Dashboards directly communicates with OpenSearch Data Store, and it tightly couples with OpenSearch Data Store for logs and logs querying. So to achieve our journey into unified observability, so we faced several number of challenges with this traditional architecture. Let us now see the challenges one by one. So as a multi-tenancy system at Freshworks, we handle petabytes data scale just for logs. Combining all other signals, it is much more than that. So our data is distributed across multiple data clusters. So the first challenge for us is to enable querying across these multiple clusters. The second one is, initially we were using Elasticsearch as a logs data store. Later we migrated from Elasticsearch to OpenSearch, primarily due to Elasticsearch license constraint, and also considering performance and cost improvements OpenSearch offers with features like searchable snapshot. So our journey from migration from Elasticsearch to OpenSearch required us to rethink our integrations and abstractions in order to enable seamless migration without affecting any user experience. The third and important thing is our observability signals data is stored across different data sources. So we needed to support querying across multiple data sources as well, in addition to OpenSearch. Finally, managing all these integrations and managing connections with across multiple data sources has become increasingly complex and added operational overhead as well. To address all these challenges, we kind of needed a decoupled architecture. So we enhanced our architecture by implementing game changer component called adapter service. So this is our enhanced architecture where you can see OpenSearch dashboards now communicates with adapter service, which fully abstracts out the underlying data store layer. This abstraction is actually essential for us to achieve our goal of unified observability. Let us now see how our observability, how our adapter service addresses all these challenges we just discussed. So our adapter service is mainly built on 3 core modules. The first module is the request interceptor and parser. This module acts as an entry point for the incoming request coming from the OpenSearch dashboards, and it parses and understands the request irrespective of which observability signal the request belongs to and also which data store it targets to. This is crucial for us to enable querying across multi-cluster setup, as it allows us to identify and route the request to the right cluster. The second module is the request converter. Once the request is parsed, the request converter takes the query and translates the query into specified query languages required by the targeted data store. This abstraction is what makes our solution truly data store agnostic and also easily extendable for new data source signals, new data sources in the future. The third module is the response converter. So 95% of cases querying across multiple observability signals inside OpenSearch dashboards, we stick to OpenSearch msearch request and response payload format. So once the data sources process the query, the response converter takes the result and normalizes the results into consistent format where the OpenSearch dashboards can easily understand. This ensures seamless user experience regardless of where the data is originated from, and also easily extendable for new observability signals in the future as well. So by orchestrating all these 3 modules, by orchestrating all these 3 modules, the adapter service now truly abstracts out the backend complexity and also unifies the access. The adapter design is very extensible and interoperable, which keeps us ready for any future growth and changes coming into observability space. So anyone noticed anything interesting in this architecture? Nobody? By the way, winner whoever guesses gets prize as well. Anyone? Yeah. So we all know RRR movie, right, which is game changer for Indian cinema. Likewise, our adapter service is truly game changer for us in the process of achieving unified observability journey. So with our enhanced architecture in place, now we truly integrates all our observability signals inside OpenSearch dashboards umbrella. To sum up, having all this unified observability in place, right? So now our SREs and developers can easily detect and resolve issues much faster, and also made incident analysis also much efficient. Second thing is, by consolidating all these signals into single platform and reduced integration overhead, we have consistently reduced the operational cost and complexities as well. Additionally, having alerts inserts in place, we reduced alert fatigue and also noise from the flapping alerts, which not only improved the health of our alerting system but also improved the on-call engineers as well. health of on-call engineers as well. Whoever, anybody in the audience, on-call engineers? Yeah, you might have understand the pain point, right? No, yeah. So to sum up, OpenSearch Dashboards is much more than a log viewer. So by having right architecture in place like our adapter service, OpenSearch Dashboards truly becomes a powerful full stack observability tool. Next. So there is one more talk lined up from our colleagues on the journey of our migration from Elasticsearch to OpenSearch, which is happening at Grand Ballroom now. It will start in 5 minutes. If anybody interested in, please do check it out. Yeah, that's it from our side.